In this video, I'm doing cards from Legends, The Dark, Fallen Empires, Homelands, and Ice Age. Starting off with the Legends card, Abomination. A lot of people were always disappointed that their cards were devalued when they were reprinted in Chronicles and 4th edition. I know Abomination was in 4th edition as well. But this card is disgusting, and it's always the image by Mark Teaton has always reminded me of Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. Wrathy Berserker has always reminded me of Conan the Barbarian and Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's a Melissa Benson illustration there on Wrathy Berserker. Angus Mackenzie has always reminded me of Radagast the Brown from Lord of the Rings. A bit kooky. Bloodlust, an Anson Maddox illustration, reminds me of the mechanic in Warcraft 2 where you can bloodlust your ogres to give them more power, make them faster. Jedit Ojanen has always reminded me of Tigra from Thundercats. Johan and Knights of Thorn, which are from Legends and The Dark, respectively, have always reminded me of Darth Maul. Of course, the cards were first. Kismet has always reminded me of Raja and the princess from Aladdin. Presence of the Master, the illustration on that, it just looks so much like, maybe this is what he was going for, but it looks almost identical to an illustration of Albert Einstein. Quorum Trench Gnomes from Legends has always reminded me of that scene in I think it was a 1984 or 1986 movie, Labyrinth, where the cleaners are going through, digging through and cleaning the labyrinth. Visions from Legends has always reminded me of Memoirs of a Geisha. Vivictus Asmati, I've always been disappointed with this card, looking how strong it is, how big it is, and yet the illustration for it just really falls short. It looks like something a child had drawn in their coloring book. I've always been disappointed with some of the images from Legends. Some of them are really good, some of them are really bad. Bog Imp from The Dark reminded me of the creatures, the aliens from the movie Alien. Feral Zealot from Fallen Empires has always reminded me of Dalsum from Street Fighter, another great Melissa Benson illustration. Aaron the Relentless has always reminded me of Bret Michaels' Christopher Rush illustration. Hopefully we won't dwell too long on Homelands cards. Word of Undoing, another Christopher Rush, has always reminded me of Kevin Bacon. Just the face looks so similar. Memory Lapse, Mark Teaton illustration, reminds me of the icon from Wikipedia. Dark Ritual has always reminded me of Tim from Monty Python, mainly just because of those ram's horns. Formation reminds me of the Chocobo creatures from Final Fantasy. Horror Shade reminds me of the cartoon Skeletor. Morphine, just the smile and the face have always reminded me of Chris Kattan. That's another Ice Age card, illustration by Anson Maddox. Shatter, probably everybody thinks of this, and maybe it was designed to make you think of the Tin Man from Wizard of Oz. And finally, the last one, another Melissa Benson illustration. Witigo reminds me of the WAMPA from Star Wars Empire Strikes Back.